Something astonishing is unfolding in the world of Formula One. Max Verstappen's future is sparking intense speculation, and Red Bull's advisor, Helmut Marko, is dropping cryptic hints that are leaving fans buzzing with curiosity. Reports suggest that Verstappen's contract contains a shocking clause, adding fuel to the rumor mill. Could this clause change the landscape of Formula One? What secrets does Marko's hint hold? Let's dive into this video today to uncover the truth behind Verstappen's contract and decode Marko's enigmatic message. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko has stirred up more talk about rumors involving top driver Max Verstappen. Verstappen, who has won the F1 championship 3 times, has been the center of attention lately because it was revealed that if Marko, who is 80 years old, leaves, Verstappen can also leave, even though his contract goes until 2028. Right now, it might seem like a bad idea for Verstappen to leave Red Bull. However, there's no guarantee he'll keep winning races because there are new rules for the engine starting in 2026. Red Bull is making its own engine for the first time, and people are saying it might not be as good as the others because it's still being developed. Since Lewis Hamilton is leaving Mercedes after this season to join Ferrari, Toto Wolff, the team's principal, hasn't ruled out trying to sign Max Verstappen. Like any other team boss, Wolff said he would do anything to get Verstappen on their team. Helmut Marko, who works with Red Bull, hasn't said much about Verstappen's future before, but now he's made it clear that Wolff really wants him. Marko thinks it's obvious because, in his words, nobody is as good as Max Verstappen. Also, Sebastian Vettel, a retired 4-time champion, and Kimi Antonelli, a young Mercedes driver, seem like possible choices. Marko understands why Wolff would consider them too. He said, "Vettel has done great in the past, and Antonelli has the potential for a great future." Regarding Sebastian Vettel's potential return to Formula One after winning 4 titles with Red Bull from 2010 to 2013, Marko commented, "He has been away for a while, but he's still only 36. It all depends on how motivated he is." But the real mystery revolves around Max Verstappen. When asked if Verstappen could really move to Mercedes, Marko responded mysteriously, "You should ask Toto Wolff about that." Marko puts pressure on Wolff. Now, Helmut Marko has suggested that Mercedes boss Toto Wolff, who is still considering who will fill the seat next to George Russell, will make the decision about Max Verstappen's future. Sebastian Vettel, who won 4 championships with Red Bull, is also rumored to be a consideration for Wolff if he decides to make a comeback. In addition to Vettel, Mercedes is also interested in young driver Kimi Antonelli. Red Bull's Helmut Marko recognizes the talent of both drivers. He told OE24, "They have impressive pasts and potentially bright futures." But Marko was clear. However, nobody is on the same level as Max Verstappen. Verstappen isn't the only driver Toto Wolff is considering. Sebastian Vettel might also join if he wants to come back to racing. Another option is Kimi Antonelli, a young driver from Mercedes who's in Formula 2. Soon, he'll try out a Formula 1 car for the first time in Austria. Helmut Marko from Red Bull talked about these choices. He said, "Vettel and Antonelli have done well before and could do great in the future, but none of them are as good as Max Verstappen." When asked about Vettel, who won 4 titles with Red Bull, Marko said he thinks Vettel wants to come back, but he's been away from racing for a while. Also, he's 36 now, so it depends on how much he wants it. Marko finds all these possibilities interesting. As said, when it comes to Red Bull's drivers for 2025, Max Verstappen might not be the only one leaving. Sergio Perez could be out too. Perez has faced criticism, but he's had some good races this season, coming second in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia behind Verstappen and 5th in Australia. Helmut Marko was asked if Red Bull might keep Perez. He said, "It's too early to say. Hamilton's decision to join Ferrari started all this. Both Mercedes and Red Bull can take their time to decide." About his own future at Red Bull, which has been discussed extensively recently because of rumors about conflicts within the team, he said, "What's certain? We'll have to wait and see." If Verstappen leaves because of a clause in his contract related to Marko, could Marko leave too? Marko said, "I'm not thinking about that now, but who knows?" Marko's comment on Wolff. In the 2024 season's first 4 Grand Prix, Red Bull has shown impressive form, continuing their winning streak from last year. They clinched victories in 3 out of the 4 races, all thanks to Max Verstappen. However, their flawless run was disrupted in Australia. During that race, Verstappen's RB20 faced brake failure, forcing him to retire, and Sergio Perez encountered issues with a visor strip in the floor of his car. On the other hand, Mercedes introduced their latest innovation, the W15 F1 car. However, it's yet to live up to expectations. Not only has it failed to match Red Bull's performance, but it's also struggling to keep pace with Ferrari's SF24, currently ranked as the 2nd fastest car on the grid. Moreover, Toto Wolff acknowledged the growing likelihood of Max Verstappen clinching his 4th title this season and praised the Dutch driver's exceptional skills and the performance of his car after the Japanese Grand Prix. He expressed admiration for Verstappen's tyre management and highlighted that, given the current scenario, the focus is on securing the top spot rather than settling for lower positions. He said, "No one is going to catch Max this year. His driving and the car are just spectacular. You can see how he manages the tyres. Basically, this season is the best of the rest. If I was to look from a purely sporting point of view, it is P1 that matters, not P2, P3 or P4, but this is the reality that we are facing now. We're trying to do the best out of this new reality, and that is to beat our competitors, whilst acknowledging that somebody is just doing a better job and setting the benchmark that we eventually need to set ourselves again." However, when OE24 asked Marko for his opinion on Wolff's claims, he ridiculed them, stating, "Please leave me alone. We've only done 4 races and there are 20 more to come. In Melbourne, we saw how quickly everything can change. Ferrari is strong and reliable. We can't write them off yet." Verstappen's love for Red Bull. "It doesn't really affect my decisions. It's nice to hear," Verstappen said about Toto Wolff's comments. He continued, "Sometimes Toto and I have our disagreements, but that's normal when 2 teams are competing. But I've always respected him. For me, nothing changes." When asked if he might join Mercedes in the future, Verstappen replied, "I don't know. I can't predict what will happen after 2028. I don't even know if I'll stay in F1 or sign a new deal. It's uncertain." Verstappen is on a winning streak. He aims to match his own record of 10 consecutive wins at the upcoming Australian Grand Prix. Just 6 months ago, he surpassed Sebastian Vettel's record of 9 wins in a row. Since his F1 debut in 2015, he's been with Red Bull, starting with Toro Rosso before moving to Red Bull mid-season in 2016. Winning his first race with Red Bull at the Spanish Grand Prix in 2016, he became the youngest F1 race winner at 18 years and 228 days, and he's now a 3-time world champion. "I've always felt at home at Red Bull. It's like a second family to me," Verstappen said. "There can be disagreements in families, but you can't choose your family, only your friends. But overall, it's been good. We're focused on performance. I'd prefer if we talked more about our great car, but maybe that will come with time." Adrian Newey has been credited for much of Red Bull's success, but Verstappen also highlighted the contributions of technical director Pierre Wache, aerodynamics designers Craig Skinner and Enrico Balbo, and head of performance engineering Ben Waterhouse. Verstappen emphasized the importance of keeping key team members for better performance. "I'm happy here. Keeping key players is crucial for performance. Like me, if they don't perform, they won't stay. My intention is to see out my contract. It would be a great story for me to stay with one team until the end." When asked who these key players are, Verstappen replied, "Many people, but I won't name them." Who will race at Mercedes F1 in 2025? After Lewis Hamilton's surprising decision to join Ferrari for the 2025 season, Toto Wolff faces a vacant seat at Mercedes. He hasn't revealed who will replace Hamilton yet. Recently, he was seen meeting with Jos Verstappen, which sparked rumours. Now, Verstappen has joked about Wolff's friendly demeanour at the Japanese Grand Prix. When told about Wolff's comments praising him, Verstappen smiled and said, "Lately, Toto has been really nice, saying a lot of good things about me." So what do you think? Could the 3-time world champion make a surprising move to Red Bull's rivals? Share in the comments below and subscribe for more.